Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at, ladies and gents. I am Kuura Isagami, and welcome to my first ever Art Kuura Draws live stream. Basically, instead of playing a game or doing anything this time around, I'm going to be basically just working on art, which is actually one of the original things I kind of wanted to do for a while when it comes to things I'd want to stream at some point. But for some reason, art just seemed to be that one thing where I'd either work on it and I'd have this big fever where I did, and then I'd go this really long dry spell where I almost never touch my art programs again. So I'm really hoping that I can kind of try to break that. Let me move myself over here. There we go. Hopefully I can break that habit just a little bit and try to get back on that more on the regular. I do enjoy doing it. It's just, something I haven't done super terribly often. But let me see where we at so far. Right now we're doing pretty solid thus far. Basically, I don't know if anyone has been following me on Twitter for this. Just as a heads up, I do have a commission I'm going to start with first, finally. And then after that, if I still have time or if I still want to keep going after that, I'm probably just going to go ahead and take some just random sketch requests, or I don't know, something else or something similar. I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But I do have the art references on me on hand. I can check at any time, and then you guys can just kind of follow along with that. Kind of just turn this into more of like a just chatting stream or anything else. I do have a stream playlist that I kind of threw together last minute. It's not the greatest thing ever, but it's just something I can use to keep everything up and running. I might change that. I might find something a little easier to use at some point as we carry on. And I just decide to host more stuff like this. I can't say. Depends on how successful it is. Let me see what else. I do hope for any of you that did tune in to my collaboration yesterday with Ryoko, Sane, and Vector, where we played Content Warning together. That was honestly a lot of fun. We all greatly enjoyed ourselves, and I have to say they all clutched at the best possible moments to make sure that we all had a fun time. I did take all the videos that were recorded in-game, the little mini footages that Content Warning lets you release, or save rather, and I was able to throw them all in DaVinci and get them all to put together in kind of a little compilation. They're not going to be in any particular order, I guess, in terms of like how, when we started and when we finished with the first and last, but honestly think you guys might enjoy that, and I'll be releasing that sometime after this stream does officially close. Probably within the hour or so, maybe, I don't know. But of course, if you guys follow me, you guys would know when that goes. Anyway, let me see. We're still relatively early on here so far. I guess you guys are tired of hearing me talk, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fire up everything here. Let me just turn this on. Let's see, start up my playlist. I'm going to keep it relatively low, but if it starts getting loud or you can't hear it, just let me know. And I'll take care of that, and I'll put a note as well. BGM starts getting loud or soft. Just let me know and I'll fix it. So I'll just keep that going for now, and I'll start this up. Then I guess it's showtime. Let me get this. So basically, the stream playlist is gonna be just a bunch of stuff between the official meta rocks. What else do I have in here? Most of the remixes from my friend UC Sachinashi, who did the who does the intro BGM I use. A couple of remixes from other places. Dinnick the Third. Some from Gabok Arena 96, got some other mixed ones in between. So, like I said, this is probably subject to change, but it's just something to keep things up and going, just to keep it engaged. So let me move this over and pick this up. There we go. Okay, let me grab this and get started. All right. Dark. There we go. I think I used 10-point line before, didn't I? I'm not messed with stuff in a while. That's 15. Okay, yeah, I did use 15 point from my guide. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna shift my camera over just a little bit. There we go. That way it doesn't look like I'm breaking my neck every time I have to look at this. There we go. Let me check. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's good. Alright, let me see. What do I do for a wireframe? How do I want to set this up? I kind of have an idea what I want. I'll try. Give me a little dynamic of a EGM change, you know. There's a book. So. Right. Also, another heads up, if you guys hear dogs barking in the background, we have things coming and going in my neighborhood all the time, so just kindly disregard. Okay, so... oops. Just a little bit. Well, what's your spear look like? Right where I want it, so... it works. Let me see what we can. It's kind of what I'm looking for. I'll make this work. Alright, let me see. Try to make use of a mask on here. You try to find that somewhere. Yeah, I'll get that part. Let's see, so that was my guy, this will be my line. Alright, how many base colors am I looking at here? forwardmost color. I'm looking at that. Okay, there we go. This one I can use for color a little better. Oh, red, yellow. Black. White. Purple. 2. Skin. What colors I said in order? Black. White. Two. I think I'd be using the skin layer too much, given this, but I'll see what I can make happen. That looks like I got most of the colors. I could probably stick one of these others. See some blue in here, but I could probably stick that on there pretty easily. Gray. I'll probably use all as one layer. Yeah, I think I'll stick all that on one. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I forgot I stuck some Super Robot Wars in here too. Me. The color guide on select. Let's get my red on here. Oh, hello. Hello, who's all these people? art shorta. The art shorts. Who this? Who this? I turn around for a half second. There's no people here. Who this? Show me game and watch. Raid. Wow. Okay. Key raid. Key raid. Wow. Rhythm Heaven Girl. Sticky Colt. Goes on silent mode. Okay, Sticky raid. No threatening. Great. Hey guys, what's going on? Yeah, I'm not silent mode. I promise. I have a whole bunch of different tabs open between two screens, so I'm like half paying attention. Wow, this is actually a whole lot more interaction than I thought I'd ever get on this. Not gonna lie. Let me look. Where am I sitting at on this? Yeesh. Okay. Wow. Wow, that's the most interaction I've gotten all day. All right, let me see. Sticky art, like, wow, yikes. Okay, let me take a look here. Great. Okay, well, glad to see all you guys coming in. So let me keep going with that. Let me see if I can move my chat dock over so I can at least try to pay attention to you guys a little better. I was expecting this to be basically just me and maybe like one or two others. Alright, where was I? Yeah, we needed... I got two different variants of purple I need here. Let's start... Oh, not that one. I need a little more that way. What am I working on at the moment? I'm working on commission, actually. One of my first in I don't know how long, actually. I don't even know how the algorithm behaves on that, so don't ask me. But no, I was finally given an art commission recently. And when I started streaming, I'm like, hey, just a random question. Do you mind if I, like, maybe stream this, or you'd rather keep this kind of quiet? And he's like, go ahead and stream it. I'm like, cool. I guess that answers my question, then. Alright, so that's roughly about the same shape. Let me find something different. Okay. Find... Okay, well, that kind of... that's a little dark. Okay, that works. Alright, let me see. I should have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 3, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, cool. I have all my colors. I'm gonna sub... Well, I really do appreciate the support, guys. Like I said, you kind of caught me off guard because I wasn't fully expecting to have all this interaction. I'm normally used to having like 3 people maybe over the course of an entire stream, so this is kind of nice. I appreciate it. Let me see. So I put all my base colors here. So let's work on this one piece at a time. Mouse wheel, work with me, please. Grabber910, huge fan. Well, I do appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Alright, let me see. I like this shade already. A little lower. Being left-handed certainly makes this really difficult sometimes, not gonna lie. Plus, I've had to basically retrain myself to draw while not looking at my hand. Artist struggles, am I right? Okay, so I can cut this down a bit. Most of this layer is going to disappear when I'm done with it anyway. Well, think I can savor the whole thing, excited to see the end result. Well, you're going to see the end result anyway. go back to my guide layer real quick. Anime music. Well, you're not 100% wrong with the anime music. If I don't, just in case, well, you guys did come relatively recent. So just to explain, this is actually from the Metarock's album that was used for primarily Metarot S, shortly after the game was released on mobile. So it has a really good soundtrack, real banger themes too, with lyrical covers of a lot of the popular battle themes. So I figured, you know what, why not? That's a good place to start. That's better. That's the line I'm looking for. If you guys want to actually look up those, if you guys actually want to look up those themes, those artists later, I'll stick them in the comments too. I'm not worried about it. Let me see. Art Short's favorite anime. Hard to tell, honestly, because I have a bunch of favorites and ones that I'm waiting on that finally got announced for other seasons. So honestly, a little bit of everything, really. Let me see. One of my tops, I think I mentioned in my debut video, would probably be something like Danmachi. I said was one of my favorites. Konosuba, if I'm always looking for a good laugh. Let's see. Black layer over here real quick. Oh no, that layer's actually on top. I can childhood cartoon. I will be very genuinely impressed if any of you have heard of Cubics. If you have, you've immediately earned a whole bunch of bonus points in my book. So I could play share blue with the white layer. So there's more of us. A little bit lighter. Ever heard of Pac-Man? Yes, I didn't play the original Pac-Man, but I grew up on like Pac-Man World, you know what, for the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, so I'm aware of it, just not necessarily something I'd call like a favorite, if that makes any sense. Doing pretty good so far, so now let me go to air. I did save it on that layer, cool. Oops. Hey, buddy. Hey, Mika, what's going on, bud? Glad to have you in. Good start for now. Direction where I'm going. Let's see, so purple or purple 2 the main. Purple. Let me think. So much paint to mix, I imagine. Let's see. Let's do purple 2. Which was this one. How's my day? My day's been alright so far. Relatively quiet, and I'm happy to keep it that way. Right, let me see. Actually, I might need to move this layer up. I almost forgot about that. Always on top. Was really feathered. Kana, hi Kana, thanks for stopping in. Man, I'm getting a lot of attention on Archstream. Maybe I should host more of those more often. I don't know, maybe with having all you guys suddenly pop up out of nowhere, maybe I'll actually start getting some more attention on things. I'm kidding. Maybe. That's actually the direction I want to keep it going, so that's... Catch a scene right there. Ever heard of the annoying orange? Yes, I have heard of it. I have not watched it. Not really my thing, but no, I'm aware of what it is. Any more comments from me? Well, I would hope so. I'm still nowhere close to finished, obviously, but it's kind of taking the direction I'm liking. We'll see how it goes. We have primarily 3 braids. Good for now. Go back to the skincare real quick. We'd be art moods. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all, actually. Feel free to hit me up at sometime after the stream and we can try to make something happen. I really enjoy doing art stuff, I just don't really have the opportunity to do it too often. Well, that's kind of a lie. Like, I like to do art, and I enjoy doing it, I just don't really get that motivation every once in a while, you know, as often as I want, because I have far too many other things to deal with sometimes. There's this really annoying thing called life I have to work with. Ugh. Battle for Dream Island. I have to think about that one. I have to, because the name is vaguely familiar to me. Like, I know of it, but it's just not ringing as much of a bell as I'm thinking it does. Given how this is turning out with the sudden raid, I might have to reorganize my widgets a little bit if I decide to host this again next time. There we go. Mine's off a little bit. Actually, I'm kind of happy with leaving some of those alone. I'll leave them alone. Toon web series. Well, let me see here. Got a little full time. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get back towards, but my current position won't give it to me, and I really can't understand why. Alright, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, I don't even know what a lot of these positions are doing these days. Like, they'll advertise on their website for like ZipRecruiter or someplace saying we're looking at part-time and full-time, and then when they hire you on, they'll say something like, okay, we start everyone off at part-time, and then, you know, after the 90-day probationary period, then we go back and revisit them again, and then it ends up not being revisited, and I'm stuck with part-time, and I'm like, hey, where are my hours? Oh, we'll give you hours, and then they don't give me hours. Got to go. Good catching the stream. Well, thanks for stopping in at least, and I do appreciate the raid and coming in and saying hello. Looking forward to seeing you again if you decide to hop on in another time. Just as a little synopsis, the streaming is more like a side thing, really. I tend to focus more on Metarot stuff every Tuesday if you guys want to catch my stuff there. But Sundays is usually my stream day where I'll do something like play a game or a collab or even maybe art streams or things like that. But again, yeah, thanks for stopping in. Good to have you in. Looking forward to seeing you hop on in again sometime soon. There it is. Let's see. Wait, the curve I'm looking for. That's a little better. I'm still here. Good to have you with us, Gray. I appreciate anyone that decides to stop on in, even if just for a little bit. Let me get this in a stroke. Oh, that's a little better. I'm normally not this organized when it comes to my color palettes and everything whenever I do end up doing art, so this is kind of a new thing I'm trying. See how it goes. You two have a good one. Yep, definitely. Again, thanks for stopping in. Okay. Reads up. Let's see if I can try something here with this. At least see how it looks anyway. That actually came out pretty good. I'm going to try that again, but actually follow the curvature of the head this time. So, about here. That's a little better. Actually do all these in one line first. You're not gonna lie, I kinda like how well that came out. Not the greatest ever, but it looks pretty solid. It's clean chibi art. Well, it's not going to be chibi art by its end, I'll say that much. It's just my particular style, I guess I could call it. So, what tablet do I use? It's a Huion tablet. What exactly which one? I cannot tell you without me double checking my Amazon history. But if you guys do want to know, I can see if I can go dig that up here, maybe on a break or an intermission, and stick it in the comments. Because it's honestly a really solid tablet. Like, it took me a little bit to get used to it, but realistically, the big challenge I had with it is, again, basically trying to train myself to not look at my hand when I'm drawing, and that, oh boy, that alone took forever and a half. Let's go back this one. I forgot all about this stream. I forgot I stuck this stream next to me. You're a real anime fan. Well, I have a little bit of a library. Now, have I gotten to watching all that library? That is a completely separate topic. But I've definitely had a handful of things in my library come and go. It's actually coming out really nice. I like how that's coming. Okay, so that gives me a direction on where I'm going with it. Back and revisit some of these features in just a bit. Okay, let's go back to I go back and redo those braids again. 31st will be free from school. Nice. Well, end of May, that does actually kind of line up with a lot of, with, summer break and everything. Pretty nice, though. Any plans once you're free? Let's see here. Much trouble to ask, put a small black kitten somewhere in this. I'll see what I can do. Most of my careers in ours was using one like yours. I'm getting a Wacom with the screen. Oh no, I 100% agree with you. I think those ones with the screens are fantastic, but if I try to consult Mr. Bank Account and Mrs. Wallet like that, they're probably gonna look at me like I grew 3 heads and laugh. But no, I 100% agree. Those tablets are nice. I think I have a friend that has a couple of those too, and they have nothing but nice things to say about them. Look here real quick. Is the collar the same? No, well... No, it's the same as the cloak. Okay. Oh, the black layer for this. Favorite game? It's a toss-up, honestly, because I have a bunch of favorites, but one of the ones I will always go back to, any kind of Metarot title, basically, but 9 in particular is a favorite. I mean, I report on Metarot S weekly, so I have to stick that one in the list somewhere. And I have to say Pizza Tower most certainly has come up as one of my new favorites that I go to a lot. Still working my way through the noise update. Take a look at some of these other references. One color. There we go. Hunter Blue. Hey, what's going on, Hunter? Thanks for stopping in. I'm gonna go back and fix up later. Okay, we're asleep. Go to sleep even though it's 10:44 p.m. You got an early morning tomorrow or something? So these lines are probably gonna be disappearing. Just keep going. Training, look at my car window, see who will get to the bottom first. Yeah, that's always a fun game too. Oh, there we go. Okay. I want the raindrops. Yeah, I know which ones you're talking about. Yeah, that was always a fun game to play as a kid, too. So Sleepy, hope you're having a good one. It's been an alright day. No complaints. And I do a lot of my preparation for this last minute, but, you know, gotta roll with it. I'm actually excited to release the compilation footage from my collaboration with my buds yesterday playing Content Warning. That was a blast. I'll give you a little bit of a spoiler, I died a lot. Okay, so all black gloves. That makes it easy. Actually, just stick with this color, make. This doesn't go all the way up. Heard of Baldi's Basics? Yes, I've seen the gameplay of it. I don't know if I'm gonna end up playing that myself. It's more one of those ones where I'm more content watching other people than I would myself. When I get to play Content Warning and Lethal Company, I'm the first to go. No, well, when I first played it with my buds, it wasn't that terrible. Like I actually didn't die as terribly. But let's be real. That's a game of coordination, and if none of you are coordinated and trying to not scream above each other, you're going to lose that very quickly. And that's that's kind of what happened. It was all in good fun, though. We all had a blast, and that's honestly what's most important about it. Go. Hope I hit 1K. Well, honestly, I'd be shocked if I do. When I first started this whole journey 3 years ago, being completely honest, I already knew going in I'm appealing to a very, very niche community, so I already knew I was gonna have algorithms and everything against me anyway. But then no, over the last 3 years, it's honestly been becoming more and more of a journey, and it's honestly been really fun to have along the way. So I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. Does that mean when I hit 1K I'll be monetized? I know for a fact probably not. Primarily because I have nowhere close to the watch hours that are required to hit that, and even then, I'm not even sure what how much that would equate to with me like getting paid. So this is just more something I do with fun more than anything else. So if it does end up becoming something big or huge, then yay, cool. I'm excited about it. But otherwise, I'm not really gonna like hold my breath or anything. If it happens, it happens. This one. Basic curvature. Probably gonna cover this once I get to that point of the arms. The big trick. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna come back to that at some point, so I'll work my way to another point. Oops. Let's see here. So far, so good. Let me see. I'm gonna be tracing it, so that's fine. I don't like that. I never understand how fingers can be such a bane to artists. Curl these knuckles. I like the direction. Work on. That's a little bit better than what I'm looking for. Not quite perfect, but I'll make it. About there, where I want it. Let's see. I'm gonna use. Will I do reactions? Like to draw reactions? I mean, probably. I mean, I've hand drawn a good chunk of my own thus far. Let's just use the red layer. Actually, oh, the book is black. I'll just stick with that color, make it. You know, we'll join again if you decide to do another stream. Well, if you're subbed to me, then you'll basically know essentially any time I decide to go live, whether it be a art stream or anything else, or even just my regular episodes. So, once again, I do appreciate you for stopping in, even just for a little bit. I am always appreciative of it. Don't be a stranger. Hop on in another time whenever you're free. Thanks for coming in. That actually came out a whole lot better than I thought it would for a book, not gonna lie. Are there any markings on the others? That's just kind of the shape, taking the shape I like. Size the knuckles a bit more. Now that I have this shape done, go back. Let's relax. Stick with that color. And that's a little bit more sense. And the floof collar, but slime. There we go. That's taking a little more of a shape that I like. That's so far anyway. A little over an hour. Not bad, not bad. I'm making good time. Okay. Covered. Let's go back to yellow belt. Get super detailed on the buckle. So far, I'm actually staying within my line guides, which is actually pretty good. I'm making good progress on this. So, okay. Now we're getting to classics. Symbols you have on. Oh, okay, let me think. Oh, these are much smaller. Obviously, that's still too large and smaller. So obviously I don't think I'm going to hit all of them on here. No, I don't know. I'm going to try. Hit at least 9 before I hit. As close I'm gonna get to hitting 19. Bionicle letters. Yeah, I'm aware they spell something. It's just trying to get them to all fit. Yeah, I picked up on the Bionicle lettering like almost immediately. Plus, knowing how long I've been friends with you, that kind of makes sense. Let's clean up the inside a little bit. Start at the bottom, work my way up. Blank. How to say it's riding up on the leg a little bit. I want. That's a little better. I can work with that. Black. Yeah. No, that's gonna bother me. Try something. Grab players up just a little. It's gonna bother me if I band it like that. I'm gonna try to like just a little bit. Nah, that's not your fault, bud. It's my attention to detail. It's gonna bother me if I leave it half baked. Actually, the detail really isn't all that intense for the references that you sent me. It's not that bad. Change my eraser back. Okay. First, I have my lines slightly out of order. That one first, so I have my guideline before. This will right up on the leg and get to that point. That's a little more like what I wanted. Oh, here's another classic BGM. You have not lived if you have not grown up on this particular track. I should do a Mario Kart stream sometime, but who would play? Most of the time when I tell people I race casually on 200, they kind of back off. Sure, I did spend 3 years trying to design. Well, see, that's like I said, that's fair. That's not on you though. That's not on you. That's on me. And I'm giving my attention to detail. I'm not gonna just shirk this off. Let me see. Here's the rough. Switch line colors real quick just so I can gauge this. Okay. That works. I need that there long enough to guide the rest. That's a little too big. Not following the curvature though. Fine. See, I can make that work. That's fine. I can just extend a little bit. Or I'll have just enough room. I can make this work. Letters are gonna look a little silly, but it works. Let's start at the top, because I actually have them all this time. Work my way down. that. Alright, well, it's not perfect, but I'll make it work. It works. I drew all that on this layer. Lovely. That's fine, I can fix this. Gotta love when you draw on the wrong layer. Okay, merge that down. There we go. Easy fix. Probably start filling it early too. So I'll do that as a final step. Actually, finish out the rest of this first. Okay, let's think. I don't know if I'm gonna end up making two different colors for the leaves. So me. Oh, it's this one. Okay, that's that color. Red, purple. Oh, this is another banger soundtrack. Really do need to finish playing Xenoblade 3. I got pretty fair... well, I wouldn't say fair, but relatively early into it. Really enjoyed the story, and then got busy with other things and never picked it up again. At this point, I'd probably be better off just starting my campaign over so I can understand everything that's going on. I didn't realize I drew this in the 10 5-point line. Go back. Now I know why that line looked a little thin. My 10-point line. There we go. That's a little better. Favorite parts about our design are the boots. Yeah, the boots are pretty creative. I have to give credit where it's due. There's some pretty nice boots. try to balance it with the rest of the leg. Need to put that up. Just do this up again. Put it up a little higher. A little more room for it to on. That's a little bit better. That work. Lower. Liking where that's going. Alright, let's try this another way. This will be the contour of the leg. There. So, rubber. Sure. A little bit lower. That's a little bit more like what I want. Pause on. It did. There you go. I'm a little happier with how this looks. That's a little better. I'll let that drape. It's fine. Boots are black. Excuse me. Alright, now, okay, I'm liking where this is going a whole lot better. I might fix that a little bit, though. More of a That's a little bit. These. All the way down the fudge. Stretching across. Black on the side. Let me come back. Redo that line up here. That's fine. Hey Rich, thanks for stopping in. I'm working on a commission actually from a buddy of mine, so that's what I'm tinkering with at the moment. And so far I'm actually impressed with the progress I'm making on it. Normally not this impressed with stuff I've done, and I've not actually yanked out the drawing pad for a while, so I'm gonna ride this high. And I got rated earlier too, that was a first. I normally never rated. That's actually okay. We'll leave that one alone. Alright, welcome back also, Gray. I missed your comment earlier. Stretch that yellow a little bit. So I have one. Another reminder, I need to finish Skyward Sword, too. I got so into that one, and then I lost track where I was at. Beautiful soundtrack, though. Highly recommend if you haven't played it. It does also mean, yes, I did get the remaster, the HD version on the Switch a while ago. I don't really care what any people say. It was still a fantastic game. And I honestly believe that fixing the motion controls on it really did a number on making sure it was better received. Because let's be real, motion controls on the Wii, especially for that game, were a mess. Okay, there we go. Now I'm happy with it. Alright, so now that that's done, I can actually go back up and finish this one. There's a lot to add to this one, but you know. Leave some of these extra tentacles hanging off the ends. I like how they kind of stand out. I might recolor all that to purple when I get to it. Let's see. Hey, hi, what's going on, bud? Thanks for stopping in. My shoulder's getting stiff. So, let's go back. Get rid of this. Right. I think I might do that. Let me see. Black. Yes, black and white. Okay, not sure how I can do this without. I can't. Can I? Whoa, okay. Oh. Right. There we go, that's one. Oh. I end up just reading. I think I'll probably just do that instead. Make it easy. That works. So this one. Circle better. Oh. That one. That came out a whole lot better than I thought. Okay. This one up here. This. Down. Oh, there's still some I missed. Let's see how this looks. Okay, I definitely like how that looks. A whole lot better than it was before. Okay. I like this part. So that part's done. Ouch. Let me see what I got over here. I gotta stand up. I gotta step and stretch a little bit. Ouch. Ouch. Oh man, it's the shoulders. Drink time. There we go. It's over here. Okay. Okay, so as much of the spear isn't going to be shown as I originally wanted, but I can make that work. Well, I don't know. I stretch the spear and go this way instead. Feel my back. That's... Oh, there we go. That's not what I want. Let me just do this the original way. I'm not gonna get fancy with it. You know what? I'm gonna do something different. This one. Hold on. Where's my canvas size? Canvas size. Let's bump the height. Give me a little extra reach. That can include the proper length of the blade. Without any. There. Go back and fix it once I'm done. Just this purple here. With green eyes just show. Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot I gotta do that. Alright, let me finish the main drawing first and then I'll figure out where I'm gonna stick it. I haven't gotten that far yet. Black, yes it is. Lightly, not you. A hot minute. Let's see. quite the shape I was looking for. Let's start at one and work my way up. There. Being companion. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Actually, before I get that far, let me see. Back to color. Forgot I stuck this tune in. That works. Almost. That's about as much of the spear as I'm going to be able to show. Basically, meaning. It was close with about 2,500. I think I'll keep those numbers. Let's see. It's a little more. A little bit. pretty solid. I like the direction that. Okay. Let's see. Very. Ah, there we go. Alright, so that's the line. Another folder for color. Plain... No, I don't need... So, there. Stone. Colors need a something. Yeah, what's that? Skin tone first. Fine arts apple on the black coat. It's more or less the fun part. up using a third color for so I can grade separate. That's fine. Not bothered. Hey Sane, thanks for stopping in. I'm just now looking at my chat. I don't know how long you've been there, but yeah, thanks. I'm actually kind of happy how well this is turning out myself. I've not actually had to pull up my art pad for a while, so I was nervous I'd have to unrust myself after a while. The outline of this. Increase brush size. There we go. Well, a little bit. Okay, so not too terribly long. Yeah, you missed it earlier, Sane. Apparently I got my first raid. I didn't even expect one of those to happen. Like I said earlier, I was expecting, usually with my streams, I usually only have no more than like 2, maybe 4 people tops if it's exciting, so that was that was an experience. I thought raids only happened on Twitch though. Nice secret. So hello, thanks for stopping in. Just kind of having a time. One thing I'll never quite understand with the with the actual official version of the soundtrack for Dark Cloud 2 that came out is if you compare the original to the official one that you can download to the one that's actually in game, the one in game has this whole airy, you know, more ambient theme to it, I guess I can call it. I'm not sure what the correct term for it is. And I really didn't like that. Like, it's still a fantastic soundtrack, don't get me wrong, but it just doesn't have that same feel for that ambient space that it does in game. And I'm upset with that because it takes forever to try to find someone that actually uploaded the in-game version of the soundtrack. Okay, so that's done. Move yellow, but I gotta switch colors a little bit. A little of a... Going today, I'm here, but never chat came late today. Oh no, I'm working on a commission at the moment of a friend's design that they did for their significant other, and I'm familiar with the design, of course, because they're friends of mine. But you know, I've not actually had a chance to scale the color, work on it or do anything with it until fairly recently. So it's an experience. It's not quite a little darker, almost. That's better. It'll help it stand apart. And if I'm still feeling for it later, because right now my current stream, well, 2 hours. 2 hours. That's not bad. That's not bad. I don't know. I might make an intermission a little bit. I might carry this one on a little farther. Do some sketch requests, or whatever. I don't know. I'll see. Looks so cool. Thank you, thank you. I'm happy with how well this one's coming out too. Most of the blue I'm gonna... Oh. This is... What's this one? How's that? So what I might end up doing for this one... Darker, a little more grayscale. Let's stand apart. Actually, I might just keep it. I'll keep it. I was able to catch today's stream, try to hop in as often as I can, work overnight sometimes. Oh no, that's 100% fine. That's 100% fine, don't worry about it, bud. I appreciate that you just stop in at all. Let me see. Mad because I lost the lid to my favorite paint. Ouch. That's gotta suck. Guess you gotta try to find a way to improvise with that one, huh? That's still a little bright. I wanna try to... darken it a little bit. White, grayscale. Okay, that's a little better. So let's do this one instead. Let's go over here to my color for that one. There we go. That's just so it can stand apart from the hair a little bit, which is what I want. I don't want colors blending. Sadly, lost it. Ouch. That bites. Do you have a like a backup or something you can use. I think sometimes what I see a lot of people do is like saran wrap, and they'll like rubber band it to the lid. Not the most favorable solution, but it's just something to like keep it covered. Plastic wrap, I can use that. Yeah, basically, kind of like a saran wrap or something. Just as long as you can seal it and keep it covered is really just the main idea. That really shouldn't be too terribly difficult. Okay, let's see. It smells for that color that I need. It. Spear while I'm at it. Oh, you found it. Nice. Congrats. You kind of a mess if you lost that. That's kind of important. All right. Go to yellow now. There's a whole lot of yellow on here from fill in. Mostly just an outline color. Let's see. Red. A relatively quiet color too. Oh, I used the brighter color on this one. Oh, let's see if I can fix this. Reverse it? Yes, I can. Okay, that actually, that works out to my advantage. I'll keep this. It's pretty much all the color except black. Oh, I have this up here. Blap. Oh, hi, Drunk. Thanks for stopping in. Something else that I have to think about is if I ever do end up getting monetized, which is a big if, I don't fully expect that happening anytime soon. I have to really start looking around for stuff that's like non-copyright or whatever, because really these are just remixes from people that I know or channels that I follow. And yes, actually, I have spoken with a couple of the folks from the playlist I use, Dinnick the Third. Gab Arena, I've actually commissioned a couple of times for a couple pieces of art. Fantastic artist, by the way. Highly recommend. Really nice guy. But yeah, if I don't want to get slapped with copyright strikes or whatever, I may have to redo some things. Because we all know how Father YouTube likes to deal with copyright stuff. Not. Makes you wonder how those really big VTubers do it. Like, I think with HoloLive, for instance, they probably get like all these deals to do that and these sponsorships. They can do it no problem because at the end of the day, they're still getting promoted, so it's still kind of a win for them, which worked itself out, I guess. This too, I have an idea for it. I saw at one point someone asked, it was like a group. I think it was like a group tweet I saw at one point, like they were just kind of garnering for attention and said, you know, what is like the VTuber model that you, or content creator that you look up to the most? And honestly, it's kind of hard to say because I watch a little bit of everybody, but I have to say I have a lot of respect for the folks over at HoloLive Cover Court, because even when they have their own situations going on, like the whole thing with Rushia or someone similar to that, they usually keep it pretty quiet under wraps, and they're very professional with dealing with it. I mean, sure, there's some occasional antis that come in. Alright, so you're getting another commission soon. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to that. Sun, Goodwill, thoughts. Make your own. Oh, well, see, funny story about that. I tried. I actually did have a class, when I was in high school, because I was homeschooled, and one of the assignments actually was to, you know, come up with your own original composition. That stupid homework assignment sat 3 months overdue in my thing because I have the creativity of a slug when it comes to music. Don't get me wrong, I understand the mechanics of like how it works and what goes into making a good piece, but when it comes to like making my own stuff, that's just not my cup of tea. It'd be nice if it was, but it's just not for me. Not my strong suit. If someone's willing to do that for me, then we could try to work something out, maybe like an art trade or something. Same, sadly, yeah. So you know, just stick with what you know. That's kind of my MO. But What was I at before? I got lost in my train of thought. Oh yes, Hololive. Yeah, even if they have their own stuff going on and they have all these controversies and things, they usually they make it a point to take care of it very quickly, very efficiently, and they try to not make a whole scene about it. Like, granted, the entire world's watching Hololive and Cover Core, so it's going to make global news anyway if something happens, but compared to a lot of other companies, especially US-based companies, you know, they do their best to keep things very quiet, very subtle, and under wraps, and they try not to bring a lot of attention to things, which really works to its advantage. And it's for that reason that it proves that they know how to run a good business without getting caught up in the drama, and that's usually something I have a lot of respect for. Now, does that mean I respect like every single decision they made? No, but because, you know, every business has their pros and cons, but for the most part, they usually know how to run a pretty solid business, and they usually can't try to keep their talent's best interest in mind, which is very respectable. Most of these other ones I see, like V Shoujo, or in this case with recently Niji Sanji, I mean, yeah, sure, they might have one pro or con going for them. Like V Shoujo, for instance, has a lot of really big names, like let me think, Silvervale is one. Maybe they used to be in it, I think. I love big tubers. Favorites on the smaller side. Yeah, basically, because let's be real. Like, being a big VTuber content creator is nice and it's great, but and I was talking with a friend of mine recently about it, and brought the same thing where I was talking with one of them and I joined their Discord server. And granted, you know, you try to join other servers so you can try to network and get involved and get to know them better. That's kind of expected. But it was just something about how they handled a lot of the conversation, the interaction, where I just felt very unwelcome. But, like, I understand once you hit, like, 3, 4, 5,000 followers or subscribers, whatever, you can't be as personal with people. And I get that, you know, I'm not holding that against them. But if you're still running things by yourself as a solo indie, or whatever the term is for it, there's a certain level of respect that you need to be able to maintain, I feel, you know, if you want to keep your community, you know, well, you know, trustworthy, if you want to keep them friendly and you want them to trust you. Like, and I'm not advocating, like, you need to treat everyone super nice. Like, if someone's, like, super rude or trying to constantly, like, self-promote in your chats, whatever, then yeah, you need to kind of put your foot down. But it's all about being welcoming and being that person that, you know, people look up to you at. Like in my case, for instance, despite me having somehow a large following, I kind of became that voice for the Meta Rock community, or at least for the Western community, just kind of doing what I can. And I'm not gonna toot my own horn or say like I'm the only one in the biz that does this, because I actually have a number of friends in other communities that actually do the same thing. Like I got friends of mine that do it for the Spanish community, for instance, and it's all about collaboration. You may have one specialty or something like that, but just don't let it get to your head. That's the most important thing, I guess. And I have friends in the community that I run too, where if I get a translation wrong or if I'm misunderstanding something, they usually call me on it, and they're usually really nice, and I appreciate that. But you know, there's a whole lot of VTubers and content creators these days that they kind of let that fame get to their heads to a point, and you can kind of tell if you followed their content for a while. Like, they started out like really friendly and easygoing, and then over time, as they started getting more of a following and more of an interest, they kind of become more impersonal. Stop playing. Yes, going. Thank you. Become a little more impersonal, and they kind of start to step away from the community, and that's normal to a point, because you can't be as personal when you start having a large following. But you know, if you at least try to, and you show that the effort's there, it shows that you still care about them, and they're not just a number to you. And that's at least what I try to do when people reach out to me or talk to me, is just try to answer the best I can, just be me, and you know, I'm really no special than anyone else. And at the end of the day, you know, if you look at someone like let's see, Dude, hello, by the way. Hey Hub, Greg, welcome back, nice to see you guys. What was I going with my train of thought? Yeah, so I mean, like, for instance, Korone and Hololive, for instance, very well loved, very well beloved, and enjoyed by our community for obvious reasons. She's a very famous content creator, knows what she's doing, and has a lot of fun with her community. But at the end of the day, you have to kind of remember they're a person just like the rest of us. There's really not a whole lot special behind it, and everyone loves Korone, which is what makes them want to stream more and more. That's kind of where I got with it, I guess, is started out not really wanting to stream, or I did the pre-recorded stuff for like 3 years, almost 3 years. And it wasn't until earlier this year that I finally decided I was just going to bite the bullet and start streaming, and honestly, I've been genuinely enjoying it. Like, I talked myself out of it for so long, and finally got to the point where I'm just going to say, you know what, I'm just going to do it, because if I keep trying to talk myself out of it, I'm never going to do it, because I'm an overthinker by nature. But it's been a very, very encouraging, very supportive community, especially with the following that I've amassed, and I've enjoyed it. It's been great, and I appreciate every single one of you guys that follow me or support me, or even just tune in every once in a while. You don't have to follow me every day, every hour, 24/7, whenever I go live or post something, but you know, just the fact that you do, I appreciate. Good girl. Guess what? That could be a lot of things. Please kindly elaborate. I helped a little bit. Yeah, Drunk, you were really monumental help with that too, especially with the early on with like the video editing and everything like that. And even once in a while, you still are a huge help with that, which I appreciate. And I've had a lot of other friends that have been in the biz a little longer than me that give me tips and tricks, or people that I can talk to about if I need feedback or ideas, and it's nice. It's in the right places. It's a very, very informative, very supporting community. You just have to avoid the drama. Stay out of the toxic circles, and just don't really compare yourself to other people. Just kind of do your own thing, your own little corner of the internet, and just let it work itself out. Like, ideally, I'd love to be able to kind of do this kind of thing, like the streaming and the content creation full-time, as I'm sure hundreds of thousands of other people want to do. I just have to realize as well that I'm nothing special. I'm nowhere different than anyone else, and you know, a lot of these people that have made it their full-time gig or try to, you know, they work toward it. They ow. Oh, my shoulder's getting stiff. They work for that, and you have to appreciate and accommodate the level of commitment that they do to get to that point. That's what's most important with it. Let's see, what is this? Enjoy streaming. Got in a fight and I won, but I talk before I throw hands. Yeah, that's the nice thing about it too. Is there's always, at least the way I see it, there's always a diplomatic way to solve things, because if you're gonna go in guns blazing, fists a swinging, you know, I mean, yeah, sure, you still might be able to accomplish, you know, settling whatever it is that's going on, but you know, it's gonna create a lot of tension, because it's not gonna be a truly resolved issue. If you try to talk it out, it gives you the opportunity to actually like figure out what happened and find a resolution. Now, I'm not saying that you need to talk out every single fight, because there's no real guarantee it's going to work. I mean, let's be real. In this current generation, Undertale really drove that point home, where, yeah, you can try to talk it out, but there's no guarantee it's gonna work. So it's good to have an understanding of both, where being able to try to stay diplomatic about it is nice, but also know when it's important to step up the game a little bit to get your point across. Now, before people start misconstruing me, I'm not advocating for violence. I'm going to start that here, because I have friends in my circles that follow me, and they are going to hold me to the nose on that and say, "You advocate violence." No, I don't. I'm gonna nip that in the bud right now. You know who you are. Also unreasonable people sometimes. Yeah, definitely. Gotta go eat, talk to real stuff. Yep, definitely. Good seeing you in here, Drunk, and if not here, I will see you later. Well, the other core rule the internet as well that we've come to abide by and understand is don't feed the trolls. And that just comes with a level of discernment after you've been on the internet a while, especially if you are relatively young or just kind of starting out. You just have to kind of learn that early on, just kind of pick up the signs. Like, are they actively picking fights? Are they just kind of there to cause trouble? Are they just, you know, being disagreeable on purpose? Just a lot of discernment behind it, really, and you pick that up with time. Violence is key. No, violence is not key, and I'm not gonna let people hold that against. I'm not gonna have people hold that against me. Violence is not key. Kuura. Your old pal Kuura is not advocating for violence. I'm being completely honest. If you know me personally, I'm probably one of the most passive people you will ever meet. Like, for real. I try to avoid any kind of confrontation where possible, because that's just how my head is wired. I cannot stand confrontation. And it's gotten the better of me a number of times in places and in situations, because there are things that I should say or want to say that are 100% right, or that I'd be 100% justified in saying that for whatever reason. But and even if it will completely change a conversation in my favor, because, you know, like, someone started coming after me and I got the short end of the stick for whatever reason. You know, and it's always hindsight's 20/20. Like, you always think of these things afterwards, which doesn't really help my case much. But I'm just not really built like that. I don't like stirring drama and causing fights. That's just how I am, and that's honestly one reason why when I have a lot of situations coming up, either in my own Discord or stuff I have to deal with, I usually try to see if writing it out will kind of solve the situation on its own. But, yeah, sometimes you do kind of have to put the hammer down, and I'm not afraid to, I just don't like to. Mostly it's because of the backlash I don't like. Okay, I think that's all for the flat coat. Oh boy, I gotta sit back a little bit. Ow! What's this? Try not to hit people when I'm in a fight, but this was a time when I needed to. Yeah, that's fair. Well, like I said, there's certain points where you kind of have to, given the situation, which is fine. It's gonna be more of like a discretionary thing, I guess you can call it. Oh man, my shoulders are killing me. I gotta just lean back a little bit. Ah, there we go. Let's see where this is at so far. I'm gonna check some stuff here while I'm sitting back and give my shoulders a break. Ow. Let's see, where am I at so far with my time? About 2:30 now, about almost just shy of about 3 hours. That's not bad. I'm enjoying it. We're making good time. Ouch. Oh. Ah, okay. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I did save it. Luckily, able to talk my way out of everything and often befriend people. Yeah, basically. That's honestly what I try to do as well. But I've had situations where I just can't for whatever reason, and it makes it really hard. Or it makes it what's the word? It really sours the situation when you're in when you're in the middle of something and it ends up not working out that way. Okay, shade. This is the one I'm gonna need to match. And leave back. Wait. to... L2, please. Thank you. And... Right. Back. Light up here at the top. I kind of need that one. Some people are just very stubborn and hostile. Oh yeah, oh, I 100% agree with you on that one. I had back when I was working over at T-Mobile. For those that follow me, I used to work at T-Mobile or know me personally, and I honestly loved that job. Like I loved everything. Well, I take that back. Well, it was a very enjoyable job. I really enjoyed being able to work personally with people like that, and even have a little bit of selling with the bonus commission and everything. It was nice. I really did enjoy that gig. But what soured it for me, honestly, was when I had a situation with a coworker, and even today, I don't even know what happened. But it just got really nasty and really high stress to the point where I was honestly genuinely scared to even go to work some days. And when I finally had enough, and I said that I'm just not going to show up until he's gone, because I felt genuinely, threatened, scared, I put my foot down, and I got punished for it, because by the time they got around to addressing the situation properly, my higher-ups, he was already long gone, oops, and there was nothing that they could do against him, so they punished me for it instead. And that kind of hurt. That one kind of hurt my my self-confidence, self-esteem on myself for a little bit. And yeah, it wasn't fun. I'm still kind of reeling from that just a little bit as the situation will kind of like pop in my head every once in a while. But it is what it is. I'll get a band or something. These real. Yeah, exactly. It's just kind of, it is what it is, and you just have to kind of be willing to stand up for yourself with that, but just not be excessive, I guess is the proper word for it. Actually, before I start working on the shade, let me check the flat coat real quick. I got filling up the holes. So, see, like right there, there's a couple holes I tend to miss on this. Looking pretty solid so far. I usually try to make a point to make sure I cover those holes fairly well. A couple that'll get through though. Right there I missed. Color's just hard to spot, but I can still make it. Oops, right there. I don't tend to like upper management a lot of places. Oh yeah, exactly. And when I was working over at Timo, well, I should probably backtrack a little bit. Like, I tend to try to make sure I maintain friendly relations with everyone, which is another reason why I'm not very confrontational, because I try to find the peaceful way out no matter what. But pretty much like y'all said, there are some people that you just can't be nice to, because they're gonna find a way to either nitpick or take advantage of you one way or another. And that's kind of how it was with a lot of this. Like with that situation with the coworker I mentioned, it was frustrating primarily because if you asked literally anyone else in the store what was going on, they'd be able to corroborate and say, yeah, there's been this whole thing going on, don't even know what what happened to it or what sparked it, but it's been ongoing for a while. And despite that, it still ends up being, let me fix my there. It still ended up turning against me, where I thought, people that I could trust or, at least confide in to a point, that are supposed to be there to support you, end up not. So that kind of sucks. And I mean, even now at my current job, which I really need to leave because they're not giving me hours, I've mentioned to them a whole bunch of times I need hours, because I got bills to pay. But how I'm pretty sure you guys know about how well that goes about. So I'm not going to elaborate on that one. But yeah, it's a whole situation, and it's been really it's been really tough on me lately with that. So I just try to do what I can and try to stick with the streaming as a way to kind of to keep myself distracted. And it's been fun so far. It serves as a nice distraction to kind of keep from things going on like that. Not saying I'm going to use this like a form of escapism, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. That one a little bit too, but... Need that. Not giving me hours, yeah, it's best to leave. Yeah, I know, and my main situation with it is that I'm trying, and I'm still putting out job applications wherever I can, but, you gotta love when you put out, like, 50 or 100 something a day, or whatever, whatever you try to do, and if they don't end up ghosting you within the first, like, hour or something and not bother getting back to you, it's like... Oh, funny story about that, actually. I can't tell you how many times I would apply for a job or a position somewhere, and then, obviously, you get the cold shoulders, you just kind of, like, stop paying attention to it and leave it alone. And then, like, 6 months later, I'll get an email back from that company that I completely forgot about, and say, hey, listen, thanks for applying with us, but after careful deliberation, it's always that wording that they have to use, to careful deliberation. They have to make it sound like they actually tried. We decided to go with the other candidates at the time. But thanks for applying. Now, if you kindly not, we'd appreciate it. Okay, thanks, bye. And I'm like, oh yeah, I honestly forgot I applied to you. I either already found a position by then, or I long gave up, but thanks for remembering me, I guess. I guess they're kind of going with the whole idea of, if it's the thought that counts. I'm like, well, I can't fault you for the thinking, but at the same time, you realize that you guys are kind of in the wrong for taking so long to get to me. I don't know. Where do you post your artwork when you finish? Very likely to my Twitter. So if you follow me on Twitter, you'll probably see it there. And then after that, I don't really know because I'm not really on places like DeviantArt anymore. I still have an account there. I just never bother posting anything because, you know, I'm not active on art very often. But yeah, I'll almost always post stuff on my Twitter, so you can catch it, follow it there. With this one being a commission, though, I'm not 100% confident unless I'm okay posting it there. In that case, I'll share it. But otherwise, you know, we'll see how it goes. That with me was I searched for months, got hired, same day called for an interview. Yeah, exactly. No, honestly, what really gets to me are all the 1099 positions. If you guys know what those are, right? Basically, just to explain those briefly for those that don't, they basically they're contract positions. That's the best way to describe them. Is they don't actually like fully hire you per se, but then like if anything goes wrong or you get in trouble, quote unquote, or they have to downsize, they can wash their hands of you because you were never part of the company to begin with. Whereas with a standard W-2, if something happens, you know, the company actually has to go on your behalf most of the time. But no, I can't tell you how many times I try looking for positions and all I see are these 1099s. And they really try to get you in there. They're getting crafty these days too. They'll say things like, you know, flexible hours or competitive pay or unlimited commission. That's a really good one they like using. Ways to kind of really get you in. And it's gotten to the point where I can't even trust half the job applications that are, you know, half the listings on job sites anymore, because I've caught probably a good dozen of them or so in the lie of saying on their site, is it a W-2? And they'll tell me yes, it's a W-2, but then when they schedule me for the interview and I ask them, they say, oh no, it's a 1099 contract. And it takes everything in me not to be rude and just hang up right there, or fuss at them for wasting my time, because those aren't the positions I want. I'm not in a financially stable enough position to consider a 1099 or something similar for like side work, which is essentially what it is. And it frustrates me because, you know, I saved, or I put my job search on hold because this person, you know, this company got back to me and they weren't honest. It's annoying. Looks so good. Yeah, I'm really happy with how well it's coming out so far. I'm happy with it. Not 100% done with it just yet. There's still a bunch of stuff I need to do, but I'm gonna work a little bit of magic with that a bit too when I get to that stage. There we go. There it is. There. So let me close out some of these other ones so I'm not locked. Let me see. Team PA can't start working till 16. Gave me hours, never paid me. Oh no, I 100% hear that too. Like, it's crazy what some of these places try to do, or they try to withhold, they try to withhold pay by just not giving hours. I don't know if it's still the case, but I know for the longest time, GameStop I think used to be something like that, or from friends of mine that have worked there, and they'll say, yeah, I got hired at GameStop, but they're only giving me like 10 hours a week or something. And or you're constantly having to fight for hours with everyone else who was hired because, obviously they overhired or hired too many people at once. And yeah, it's always fun having to find that, because it's tough, and it's tough in this day and age. Like, it's not to say that people don't want to work, but it's hard to want to be able to work when people aren't going to give you hours, or they don't want to, oh, that one again. Or they hire you and then just technically, like, I think silent firing, I think is the term for it, where they just stop giving you hours until you eventually get the idea and just quit on your own. And I think that's honestly really low too. Like, if a company's gonna hire you for something and actually give you hours, then don't ice people out like that. You don't do that to people. It's not right. What else was this? Oh yes, I remember. In Subway, they pay $5 an hour. Oh yeah, I've heard about the restaurant biz. Yeah, it's nuts, honestly, which is why I never really went that direction either. Cause it's nuts, because you have all these places like retail. For instance, like Walmart's, which will offer like 20 an hour, supposedly. Oops. And then you either not getting that pay because they're not giving you the hours, or they're just not paying you that. And then you have restaurant of any kind of variety that are still getting away with paying their people like $2 to $3 an hour because, they're expecting tips. And that's a whole nother thing too. Like, it's crazy how tips have become like an expected thing because the workers aren't being paid a proper wage as it is. Much more for the skin. Let's see how it looks so far. Oh yeah, I'm happy with how this is looking. Alright, so the last major step I want to work on is light, dark. Two jobs got kicked out. Yeah, how things are, systems are not working to maintain retention. Going to backfire. Oh yeah, exactly. That's why jobs are so turbulent these days. I was talking with a coworker of mine the other day about it, and he was telling me, and the coworker's a genuinely nice guy. Like, he's a little gruff, but he's a genuinely really nice guy. And he was telling me, yeah, he hardly interacts or talks with people these days because it's just so turbulent. Like, he doesn't know when I'm gonna put these down here. He doesn't know who's gonna stay or who's coming in, and he said he basically just gave up. And he said, aside from me and maybe like one or two others that he talks with, he tends to stay very much so to himself. which is understandable too. Like, and it sucks because, you know, if you're in that workplace, you want to try to be able to maintain those relations. But if it's going to be a really turbulent position, there's not really a lot you can do. Oh, 20%. Yeah, that works. Fill this in a little bit. Alright, I forgot. There we go. Recently hired 3 new people to fire 3 people. For that long at my job. I walk half my team's going. Yeah, basically. That's kind of how I was over at T-Mobile. Like, I had 3 years of experience over there in sales, and it was my first sales position, no less. And I enjoyed it. Like I said, I genuinely... there we go. I genuinely enjoyed the position. It was just management that made it so unbearable after forever that I just couldn't take it anymore. And it got to the point where, you know, when they started looking for an ASM position for the store because ours was just so turbulent that they kept leaving or not sticking around, that it got to that point. So I told my then manager at the time, I said, hey, listen, and I mentioned this to her a whole bunch of times. I would say, like, hey, I'm interested in this position. I have highest experience in the store, and if you were looking for an ASM, I'd be willing to pony up with you. And they gave me the usual spiel. We appreciate it. We'll look into it. And then within like a month, she sits everyone down and says, okay, so the ASM position's open, but I'm going to basically open the floor to all of you, train you all the way I want, and then I'll decide in about 3 months who gets it. I'm like, then what am I doing here? Like really? And everyone else in the store, and nothing against everyone else in the store, but they all had probably sales experience of like 6 months or less. Like they really weren't as experienced in the position of sales compared to myself at 3 years at that point. And like I said, nothing against them, but it just felt like it kind of felt like a slap in the face essentially at that point, and made it really hard to want to take it seriously after that. So that's kind of where it started going downhill from there. And you know, it's you mentioned all these places. You go to all these places at work and say, I need more hours, or I want to be able to do more, and they say, yeah, sure, we'll do what we can, and then just never get back around, you know, never get to you. It just kind of makes you wonder, you know, what's the point? So let me... Well, that's kind of where I'm at with it now. Like, I don't want to say I'm completely giving up, because I'm not. I'm absolutely not just gonna give up. It just makes it really hard to want to keep going, because there's so much red tape that's in the way of people actually genuinely wanting to try, or they make it to where people that genuinely want to try burn out because, you know, there's someone that comes along with half the experience that gets all the accolades, and then the person who's been there longer is like, well, then what am I doing here then? So I used the wrong color on that one. People wonder why the job market's collapsing these days. Totally get it. Someone I knew won a higher position, gave it to the new guy who had... Yeah, exactly. Kind of makes you wonder, you know, what's the point? And that's why people That's why silent quitting actually became a thing. I don't know if you guys have heard about that term, but silent quitting, where they just aren't even trying anymore, and they just come in and do like the minimum required for the job and leave, because they know they're not going to get acknowledged for it. And I'm not saying that, you know, you deserve to get accolades for every little thing you do. No, not at all. You got to work for that stuff, which is fine. But, you know, if they're going to be putting that effort forward and making all those sacrifices, you know, you kind of have to acknowledge that. And it just sucks because they're not willing to do that these days. Okay, there's one other thing I need to do before I call this done. Let me add it here. Let's go back down to my 30. Away. Or 2 a week. A lot. 50 a week. Yeah, I mean, like, if you can balance it to a point where you're actually in a pretty good place, then props to you, absolutely. And you can find that nice balance. It's just finding that balance, which is where they lose a lot of people, because they have things they want to do, and then they just don't do it. Writer. But anywho. How's that phrase go? C'est la vie. One other thing I need to join. Urge that down. Add. Back in there. Alright. Let's finish this out. Let's not for an adult. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Alright, let me see. Let's do... background. Or should I add here? Accent. Let's do... shade. Do a brush. Little bigger one. Whatever color. I agree. I thought 500 would be a lot, but now it's not. Oh no, 100%. I 100% agree with you on that one. Back in the days where like we thought $100 used to be a lot. Stick it there. Alright, I'd say this one's basically done. Where are we at with time? About 3 hours. That's not bad. I don't know, I had some fun with this one. Let's sit here and plug my pen back in. There we go. Oh man, my shoulders are killing me. See, when I get a $20 bill, I'm rich. Oh yeah, no kidding. Oh man. Ow, 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 there we go. But no, I mean, going back to the art, just kind of to go back on something light, I had some fun with this one. This one was nice. And it came out really well as too. I don't know, what do you guys think? Ouch. Alright, let me see what's here. Alright, well, given that we're about 3 hours in, I do technically want to keep going, but at the same time, I have been kind of running this stream a little long. I don't know. I mean, I had fun doing an art stream. I might do another one. I just need to decide if I want to do one sooner or later. I don't know. Maybe I'll do one next week. I'll probably do one next Sunday and make it really easy. I know I want to get back on with playing Dark Cloud 2 again and continue progress back on with that, but I don't know. Maybe next week I'll do some sketches and just some fun stuff. Do some meta-rots I've been thinking about, or anything else that people decide to request because I didn't get anything. But no, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I had fun with this, and I was really glad to have you guys here with me. Let me see. Do you draw people who ask you to draw them how you think they look? So kind of like a stylistic kind of drawing is what you're asking? I guess kind of. I guess like this is kind of a style that I'm confident with drawing in. So I probably wouldn't mind doing something like that if I had a reference. But given that streams are kind of public stuff, I don't want to like take people's pictures, privately or whatever and do that, or whatever the case may be. I have to maintain and observe privacy stuff and things like that. But yeah, if you want to reach out to me and we can try to make something happen, I might put another tweet out saying, if anyone's looking for requests or has ideas for things like that, I might do something like that. But we'll see. I don't know how soon the next drawing stream will be. If it'll be this week or if it'll be the week after. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Let me go ahead and build this in the meantime. Close that. Yeah. But honestly, I had a lot of fun with this. I got my first raid out of this, which I didn't honestly expect would happen. I was 100% content, expecting maybe like 3 people, maybe. But no, that was kind of exhilarating. It was nice to see. Kind of nice to be acknowledged with that just a little bit. And yeah, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, YouTube, whatever, preferably Twitter because I'm more active there. I'll probably post another update sometime the next, sometime through this week actually, what this next Sunday stream will be, and then kind of play it by ear from there. If it's going to be, you're not in the stream, like, can you draw something else? I'd love to, honestly, but since I have been running a little long at about 3 hours and ongoing, I do kind of want to leave. I don't want to be like a, because I don't know other streamers. I'll tell you what. Let me grab a couple links here real quick and see who else, and send you some links to friends of mine that do streaming as well. Because I'm friends with a lot of streamers here that do a lot of fun stuff in one form or another. I'll stick those in comments as well because it's my channel. I can promote them if I want to. Let's see. There we go. I'll grab some links to friends of mine as well and stick those in the comments so you guys can follow them. Hub, you stream every once in a while. I'll grab your link too, and I'll toss that in there too because you're a good guy. But he streams every once in a while too. He does some fun stuff. Hold on, let me grab the first one here. Just kind of do. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this another way. I'm gonna do this another way. Make it really easy. Open up Paint. I'm just gonna do MS Paint. List of streamer friends I think should be followed. And you can just like screenshot it or whatever and go find it later. So the first one. Well, actually, before I do, let me save this. Open up another scene. Not scene, asset in here real quick. Game capture. Let's call it Paint. Capture window. Capture Paint. Have it up. Is it? Paint EXE. Okay, come on, work with me, please. Okay, that doesn't work. You know what? I'll do this another way. I will do this another way. Let me get rid of that. Display capture on display capture 2. This one? Yeah, it's that one. No, it's not that one. Okay, there we go. Capture. Yes, there we go. You know what? I'll just do it that way. I will close. Can you do people who are streaming right now or no? I'm not 100% sure if they're streaming or not, but they probably have stuff coming up pretty soon. Let me kill that. There we go. Okay. And okay, yeah, everything here. Good. Shift this over here. There we go. Okay. So I'll just kind of compile a list and then go grab links, and then you can like screenshot or whatever, and then go find them on your own. But yeah, just kind of a general list, if anything. Good friends of mine that I either collab with or I do speak with, you know, on the side whenever I'm not doing anything. That definitely are worth the follow. Hold on, let me put my art tablet away because I am done with it. I can pull my keyboard forward. List of epic streamer friends. Epic. Spell, if I can spell correctly. Friends. Kuura's recommendations. Alright, first one in the list. I'm just gonna mention like their Twitters or their YouTubes as well, whichever one's most accurate. For the most part, they're all going to be for the most primarily on Twitter. So if you just look up their @, you could find them that way. One of them is Esper Hub. I'm gonna highlight you because you're here and I can and you can't stop me. And I need to make sure I spell that correctly. Oops. Okay, close enough. Alright, second one. Vector Spaceman. Same Cisco. Ryoko Mizuno. The name on here, your channel name. Yes, Metarot News Network is me. If you want me specifically, it's Isagami Kuura. Me specifically. Let me see. What are some other streamer friends of mine I'd recommend? What else did I speak with on the regular? Callie Dory is pretty neat. I'll highlight Callie at Eru 4. Callie Dory does a lot of fun stuff as well. Other streamers that I know I'm close with. It's most of the ones that are primarily that I'm primarily close with at the moment. What do you think? No, that's primarily it for the most part. My circle of friends is usually kind of small. Tell you what though, let me double check something more. Check one more thing just to make sure. I mentioned Sane, I mentioned Vector, I mentioned Ryoko. This is in. No, that's pretty much it for the most part. I'd say that's a pretty good starting list at least. But yeah, these are all very good friends of mine. Hub, if you're still here, I'm highlighting you as well. I'm going to stream in an hour if that's what you're considering. Yep, so I mean, so there you go. Secrets is if you want to go stop in on Hub's channel, you can go do that. He'll be streaming in just a bit. But yeah, very good friends of mine. Highly recommend for all of them. Really awesome fellows. In fact, I actually just highlighted, just had a collaboration with Sane, Vector, and Ryoko last night where we played Content Warning, and that was that was fun. That was very fun. Still breathing, yes, kind of, maybe. I was able to find, and this actually will be my last point before I actually do leave, because I do actually want to go ahead and kill my stream here pretty shortly, because I need to get up and stretch after like 3 hours of sitting down. But anyway, I did compile all the footage from the stream last night that we saved from the game. It's in no real particular order over how soon or how often that we did them, but it was fun. We had a lot of fun. Plan to do something again similar to that again sometime soon. And if you guys want to stick around with that, or tune in, you can follow me on Twitter, primarily where I make most of my updates and announcements. That'll kind of give you the most, what's the word? Consistent terms of links, like where you can find me or what platforms I'm on. But yeah, I'd say that's about it. I'd say it was a really successful art stream. I had a lot of fun. Haven't quite figured out yet, like I said, if I'm going to do another one or if I'm going to just do a regular gaming streaming like normal. But I'll keep you guys posted if you follow me there. But with all that being said, as always, I do appreciate you all for stopping in, just as you always do. Until next time, this is your host, Kuura Isagami of the Metarot News Network, signing out.